Chapter 2 Independence Day, 1861 On the evening of June 30th, 1861, at 10:30 p.m., James Ferguson, an astronomer at the U.S. Naval Observatory in Washington, peered through his telescope and saw something extraordinary: an enormous comet, unanticipated and previously unknown, rising from the south. The tail stretched from one end of the horizon to the other, a giant brushstroke of light across the heavens. The moon shrank and paled in comparison to the fiery nucleus. Across the globe, astronomers were awestruck by the size, brilliance, and speed of this comet. Over the next month, as the Earth passed through the comet's glowing tail, dust and debris obscured the sun. Amazed and terrified skywatchers stared in wonder at its ghostly trailing. Nothing this large had appeared in the heavens in living memory, and none so unexpectedly. New Yorkers lined up at a giant telescope erected on Broadway at Warren Street just so they could get a closer look. Across hemispheres, people speculated on its significance. The ancients understood comets were portents of war and catastrophe. The New York Herald named this the War Comet of 1861. It dominated the night sky for months. All summer, as young men rode off to war, the cosmic spectacle illuminated the wounded and the dead on darkened battlefields. On July 4, 1861, all the pyrotechnics on Earth could not compete with the celestial showmanship of the great war comet blazing across the heavens. New Yorker Charles F. Johnson, a soldier serving at Fortress Monroe, Virginia, looked up to the sky with fascination. "I watched the comet, wondering if that mysterious little visitor was not perhaps at the same time watched by eyes that would beam gladly into mine," he scribbled in his diary. The young man felt an affinity for this curious thing, whatever it may be, which, like him, found itself so far from home. But as the comet grew fainter over the month, he thought, the comet is now tired of his visit to these regions of space, or disgusted, it may be, with the appearance of things on this side of our planet, for he is now leaving in seemingly greater haste than he came. Johnson bid farewell to the stranger, and I fervently hope that thou mayst see the face of the earth beaming with smiles, where now her frowns are lowering, on thy next visit, if that should be while this little world is still in existence.